So something interesting is starting to take place. People aren't just moving to Tampa Bay anymore. They're getting laser focused on the surrounding suburbs. But the real question is why? Why are families, remote workers, and even retirees ditching the city and setting their sights on a few key neighborhoods around Tampa Bay? Well, stick around because I'm gonna break down the top 3 suburbs everyone is moving to this summer and why one of them just hit #1 in the entire state. If we've never met before, my name is Juan Alcalá. A little over 6 years ago, my wife Kate and I sold everything we owned, packed up our family of 5, and moved 1,200 miles south of the Tampa Bay area and have been loving it ever since. We've also helped over 100 families make the same move. And the one thing that we've learned over that time is that the neighborhood makes the lifestyle. And these 3 suburbs that we're about to dive into are exactly why Tampa continues to boom. So we're gonna kick things off with a suburb that keeps getting all the attention right now, and that's Wesley Chapel. It's located 30 to 45 minutes north of downtown in Pasco County, right off of I-75. Now here's why it's exploding. Wesley Chapel isn't just a farm community anymore. It's got Costco, Target XL, shops at Wiregrass, Tampa Premium Outlets, The Grove, and even a man-made 7.5 acre crystal clear beach lagoon. It's unbelievable if you've never been to Epperson. If you want that Florida lifestyle without the beach traffic or having a hurricane show up in your backyard, this is your workaround. If you want to swim, kayak, and sip a frozen margarita all without leaving your neighborhood, Wesley Chapel has you covered. And what about the real estate vibe? Well, it's a sea of new construction, single family homes, townhomes, luxury gated communities. If you want to pick up a home here, the median sales price right now is right around $460,000. And it's still more affordable than areas like South Tampa or the beach towns, but prices are still rising, so keep that in mind. And here's a fun fact. Wesley Chapel was just ranked the #1 place to live in Florida for lifestyle, safety, and healthcare access. And that's because it has one of the highest rates of insured residents in the entire state. Now here's a little bit of a cautionary tale. Now, what is something you need to be aware of? Well, that commute time can really bite into you as well. Now, I mentioned it's 30 to 45 minutes earlier via I-75. Now, that totally depends on what neighborhood you live in and what time of day you're gonna be heading downtown. Because if you're commuting to Tampa during rush hour, you're gonna wanna grab a good cup of coffee and turn into your favorite podcast because I-75 can back up quickly and that 30 to 45 minutes can expand to 45 minutes to an hour pretty quickly. Your drive times can vary wildly and I just wanna make sure that I'm sharing that with you, so keep that in mind. Next up is Westchase. And this is the neighborhood that feels like it was designed for a work-life balance. And I love this neighborhood. It's hard not to. The location, it's in Northwest Hillsborough County, about 25 minutes to downtown Tampa, 35 minutes with traffic, and then 15 to 18 minutes to the airport, 30 minutes to the beach. There's a Costco really close in town there. You got Home Depot. Everything that you need is basically at your fingertips, which I absolutely love. You're only a few minutes away from Raymond James Stadium. I mean, it's a really cool location. And 45 minutes to the beach if you want to head over to Clearwater Beach or Honeymoon Island as an example. Now, Westchase is a true master plan community, one of the first in Tampa, as a matter of fact. Everything is intentional. Parks, bike paths, splash pads, A-rated schools, even a town center with shops and restaurants that you can walk to. Kate and I have given a tour of this area before. We love the coffee shop right downtown. It's got this really cool vibe in this downtown area. You got condos and all the restaurants and the Blind Tiger, which is a coffee shop we go to. We just love it there. So it's definitely worth investigating. Now, whether it's grabbing that morning coffee or walking the kids to school and never leaving your neighborhood, that's Westchase life, right? And who is Westchase perfect for? Well, it's perfect for busy families, remote workers, and professionals who want that suburban peace without sacrificing convenience, and that goes a long way for a lot of people. The real estate is a mix of mid-sized homes, townhomes, and luxury estates. There are HOAs that keep things clean and cohesive. Amenities are top tier in this area. I'm not gonna lie, you got golf courses and parks and, the swimming pool. And there's so many really nice things to love about this area. And if you wanna go more, I'll link some of these videos that we've done in the past where we've done a full tour in here because I love this area. And as a matter of fact, we're gonna go back out there soon and give you guys a fresh look because things are changing all the time. Now, if you wanted to buy a home here right now, the median sales price is right around $562,000 according to Zillow. Fun fact about Westchase, it has underground tunnels that let you bike or use a golf cart under the main roads. And this is such a cool thing for if you want to send the kids to school or if they want to go to the park, you don't have to worry about them crossing main busy streets. And I love that as a parent. I don't know about you guys. Now, a pro tip is homes near the top rated schools, they move fast, so be ready to compete. And if you didn't know, if you're considering moving to Florida and this is different than where you live, our kids typically start school somewhere around the second Monday of August. And if you're moving from the north or maybe the Pacific Northwest, your kids might start after the summer finale, right? And Labor Day weekend is usually the next Monday kids go to school where we moved from, but that's not necessarily the case for you. So I just wanted to give that as an insight because a lot of the times when we're meeting with clients, on a Zoom call and they're like, yeah, we're gonna come, we wanna make sure that our kid's in school in time, they don't recognize that second Monday is when the kids start. They're used to starting at the beginning of September or the end of August. So just keep that in mind. If you've got more questions, do not hesitate to reach out to me and the team, by the way. All of our contact information is down below, including a link to our calendar so you can schedule a time to hop on Zoom where we can unpack it. We can even pull up Google Maps and walk you guys through the entire area and make sure that we are recommending the right communities for your ideal lifestyle. And now we're gonna head east to one of the most beloved family communities in Tampa, and this is Fishhawk Ranch in Lithia. The location is southeast Hillsborough County. It's about 35 minutes to downtown, 45 minutes to the airport. There's a Top Golf out that way in Riverview and Brandon. You got access to a lot of amenities, which makes it great. The thing that makes it special though is Fishhawk is basically a resort. It's got a resort style pool, miles of trails, top tier schools. That's not according to me, that's how they rank. And a real sense of community, which parents and families tend to really love. If your dream is morning jogs under the oak trees, evening swims with the kids, and weekend farmers markets, you'll feel right at home in Fishhawk. Now, what's the lifestyle vibe? I've heard some people call it a stroller city. Think community cookouts, block parties, kids walking to school together, riding their bikes, golf carts all over the place. The HOA is active, right? But that's what keeps it polished. And what do I mean by that is this is one of those areas that you're going to see, the homes that are kept up, the lawns that are kept up. And I know people have negative views regarding HOAs, but they're not all bad. A lot of HOAs are put in place to make sure that the community stays clean and safe and that the home values stay relatively stable. And, it's not for everybody, but it's something to keep in mind. Now, how much would it cost to buy a home here and what do those properties look like? Most of these homes were built in the 90s and early 2000s, but there's still some newer construction going up in the area, especially when you push out further into Lithia. The median home price right now is right around $615,000. Prices range from the mid 400s to well over $1 million. You could spend 1.2, 1.5 out there pretty easily for custom homes. And a fun fact is some kids literally walk to school without leaving their neighborhood, very similar to Westchase. What are things that you should probably watch out for if you're considering Fishhawk? Well, if you work in downtown Tampa or over the bridge, commute times can get long, just like from Westchase. This spot is ideal for locals or remote workers or people who have to work on the west side of Tampa. If you have to go cross town, it's going to get very tough. What do I mean by that? If you have to drive up to USF as an example, or if you have to drive over towards the airport, that crosstown traffic anywhere in Tampa is always going to be the most difficult. So make sure you keep that in mind. Again, I've got clients who live in Lithia and have driven an hour and 20 minutes to work, and they work in downtown Tampa. So just keep that in mind, keep it in front of you so you don't make a mistake. Reach out to us, we'll dial you in. So why is everyone moving to these three suburbs this summer? Well, here's my opinion. They each offer something people are craving right now. Wesley Chapel gives you new construction and lifestyle perks without coastal prices. Westchase offers walkability, safety, and schools just minutes from everything. Fishhawk Ranch delivers the ultimate family-friendly vibe with amenities that feel like a vacation. And here's the real secret. These aren't just places to live, they are places to thrive, communities to grow a family or a life in. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these Tampa suburbs feel like your future zip code? Drop in the comments below. I read everyone's and I'll respond to them as well, as long as they're appropriate. And if you're thinking about making the move to Tampa this year, hit the link in the description and book a Zoom call with me and the team. We'll walk you through the map together and match the right neighborhood to your ideal lifestyle and goals. And until next time, and as always, go out and live that Tampa life.